anybody wants a stretch. We'll start with some spine movements and just see how our spine feels, mainly the low back area. And then we'll do those movements at the end of class as well and see if anything has changed. So hopefully it'll feel better. So you're gonna come on to hands and knees first. And we're gonna start with a good old fashioned cat cow. So just line your wrists up underneath your shoulders and your knees are underneath your hips. And just a reminder that usually means your hands are wider than your knees because your shoulders are wider than your hips. And you can tuck your toes if you wish. We'll take a breath in to prepare. And then as we exhale, lift your ribs, tuck your tail, tuck your chin, let your spine round. Be gentle. As you inhale, go the other way, very gently extending, keeping the back of the neck long, but allow your eyes to look forward. And as you exhale, go into your flexion again, or that curled into yourself position. And then inhale, go into a nice gentle extension. 2 more times, exhaling into flexion. You're just seeing where things are. We're not trying to force any ranges. We're just checking things out here. 1 more time to go into flexion as you exhale. And then 1 more time to inhale into your extension. And then coming to neutral, we'll do a very simple elbow drop. You're gonna keep your hands right where they are, bend your right elbow towards the floor and let your chest rotate so you look over your left shoulder. And then as you come back up, we'll breathe in, we're back to center. Exhale, bend your left elbow, rotate your chest, your shoulders, and turn, look over your right shoulder. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, the right elbow comes down and we allow the waist and the ribs and the chest to turn. And then inhale to center. Exhale, turn the sternum, turn the ribs, left elbow comes down. Nice work, everybody. Inhale to center. 2 more each side. So just again, exploring this rotation through the thoracic spine. Inhale, center. Exhaling, allowing rotation. Don't overwork the neck. It's really more about the thoracic and low back. 1 more time each side. So the right elbow will come down and that'll just gently twist you into rotation left. Inhale to the center and exhale, left elbow comes down, turn the shoulders, the sternum, the chest. And then come back to center. Good, and then make your way to a seated position. Good, and we're gonna go, if it's comfortable for you, we're gonna go into like a figure 4. So the right leg in front, the left leg folded around the back. If that's not possible, then just sit with your legs in diamond and that'll be fine as well. But since the right leg is in front, left leg behind, we're gonna do left arm first. So you're gonna inhale your arm up and then just exhale into a nice side bend. And you can come down onto that right elbow if you want. And then inhale your way up and exhale the arm down. So we'll just do that 2 more times. Inhale up and exhale. Try to keep the left hip a little bit heavy. So we open up that side, good. And then inhale up and exhale down. Just 1 more time. The shoulder stays hollowed out on top. Left hip is heavy, find a nice side bend. Now stay here, turn that chest and bring your hands down onto the floor on that right side of you. Good, so if you want hands down here, and then exactly, we're gonna do a nice exhale flexion. So same cat position as before. Inhale, extension. Nice and smooth and slow. As you exhale, you're kind of pushing the floor away and pulling your back ribs away from your hands. And as you inhale, the chest slides forward, the tail lifts up behind you, you look forward. So we'll just do 2 more times each way. All again, just like the rest of them, it's more of an exploration. You're just curious to see how your spine feels here. 1 more time, going into flexion. Exactly, let the tail curl, and then going into your extension. Yeah, awesome. And then just relax back to center, kind of lazy shift back to center. Swing your legs around the other side, and we'll do that mermaid movement. So the right arm is going to go up as we breathe in and exhale, heavy right hip, just take a really nice side bend. And then inhale up and exhale down. And you can notice if one side is different than the other. Usually it is. So exhaling over, maybe this side is easier. And inhale up, exhale the arm down. Good, keep that shoulder hollowed out, keep the left hip heavy, exhaling over. And now we're gonna rotate our chest to the floor, bring the hands on either side of you on that left side of the mat. As you exhale, we're going to, curl into ourselves, into flexion. That's the exhale movement. And then as you inhale, kind of stick your tail out behind you, lift your chest and extend the spine. Good. So as you exhale, it's like you're pushing the floor away, pulling your ribs away from your hands. And as you inhale, the chest shines forward, the nose and the tail lift. So 2 more times on your own pace, exhaling into flexion. Noticing how this right side of the body feels. And 1 more time, exhaling into flexion. And inhaling into a long, open extension. Open those vertebral bodies. And then slowly make your way back to center. Wonderful. Okay, so sitting in center for a quick moment, we're going to do a really quick awareness exercise so we can get into the lat stretches first. So think about the bottom circumference of the ribs and just slide the ribs gently side to side. So very easy rib translation side to side. And let's take the hands across the chest. Feel the 2 sit bones equally planted as you slide the ribs side to side. Good. Keep those sit bones planted. Let's flex the feet. Evert the feet. So you're kind of holding yourself down on the floor with the pinky side of the foot. Take the arms out to the sides, external rotation, extended wrists, and take it a little slower and maybe a little bit bigger. Pushing through the heel of each palm as you translate the ribs side to side. Line up your ears over your sit bones. Good, 2 more times each way, just warming up kind of the low back area, but also getting the ribs moving independently of the pelvis. Good, and then bring your arms forward, push out through the heels of the palms. Your arms are reaching straight in front of your shoulders. Side bend your right shoulder to your right hip, but keep your left hip down, keep your feet active. Come up out of the side bend and side bend your left shoulder to your left hip. Shoulders down, and then come up. Good. Relax your arms down, relax your feet. We're gonna pop up to tall kneeling and do our lat stretch up here. So we're starting with the lats, we'll move down into the glutes and then down into the hamstrings. Right foot is forward, left knee is down. And it's not super wide, not like the psoas stretch. So your foot is kind of in front of the hip. We're gonna do a nice posterior tilt, so big posterior tilt. Good, try to level off your sit bones. So bring that right sit bone down, pubic bones to belly button. So we're in a big tuck. Take your arms out in front of you, external rotation, extended wrists. Good, and just practice bringing your left arm towards your ear and then push up with your left armpit. It's almost gonna push yourself into a little side bend like that. Yeah, exactly. Okay, bring that arm back down. That's just for later. You're going to side bend to the right. Good, we're gonna flex the body forward. So from the side, it should look like you're bowing forward, bending over your own heart. Now brace gently the right arm against the inside of the right leg and take that left arm back by your ear like you just practiced. Shoulder away from the ear, so the shoulder is down, and you're gonna reach through that left armpit towards the palm. So it's like you're reaching from under the shoulder blade. At the same time, chin is in and neck is long. The right palm is reaching for the floor. The left palm is reaching for the right upper corner of the room. And the tail is tucked and we're flexed forward. We're gonna hold for 10 more seconds, breathing into the left side of the body. Play with the amount of side bend and forward flexion that you need to get a really nice stretch. Great job, last 4. 3, there's a lot of effort, but also a lot of breathing. To come out of it, let your left arm hang down, relax the arms, and then you sort of do a pseudo roll up through your spine, just stacking the spine. Nice, great job. Let's do the other side. So the left foot is gonna step forward. And I just want to practice the arms for a moment. So take your arms in front, level off your sit bones and do a little posterior tilt with the pelvis. And then take your right arm towards your ear and just practice lifting from underneath the shoulder blade. So you're not pulling your shoulder to your ear, but you're lifting from lower down. Exactly. And then bring both arms in front of you and let's set up the stretch. Keep your posterior tilt. You're gonna side bend left shoulder to left hip. Now remember, we're flexing the thoracic spine. So flex forward over your waistline, over your heart. Brace your left arm against the inside of the left thigh and slowly take that right arm up by the ear. Keep the nose tucked in a little bit, long neck, and reach that right arm so that the heel of the right palm is stretching towards the top left corner of your room. Yes, good. Donna, try bringing your arm closer to your ear if it feels available. Yes, good. Shoulder down away from the ear, tail tucked, side bending left, flexing the spine forward, bending over the heart. Your left hand is trying to reach for the floor as you breathe and stretch. Nice tuck of the pelvis, reach of the right arm. Don't let your head drop off of the rest of the spine. Keep it in line. Exactly, Anna, bring your head back even more, I think. Good, last 5, 4, good. Get a beautiful arc right from above your right glute to the right shoulder blade. And now we'll bring that right arm down, relaxing the arms, let them hang, and then roll up through your spine. Great work. Okay, so the lats and the glutes are really good friends. Let's do the glutes next. We're gonna lie down on our back and we'll just do our classic figure 4 glute stretch. So we're gonna cross the right ankle over the left knee and reach through the window and grab a hold of the back of your left leg. Good. So ideally, both feet are flexed and everted, but the most important one is the top foot, your right foot. You want to make sure that is flexed and everted pretty much to the max. And then bend your elbows, keeping your shoulders relaxed to tug your legs closer. Easy sternum, relaxed jaw, dropping the chin a little bit to lengthen the neck. And then keep your legs really close as you push your tail away. So your arms hold your legs close to your torso and you roll the tailbone and the sit bones away. We'll hold here and breathe for about 10 more seconds. Good, you want to really try to get the sacrum flat on the floor while you tug the legs in. Nicely done. Okay, let's slowly relax the feet. Now listen, you're gonna cross your right thigh all the way over your left thigh. So we're actually gonna stay here and do the other glute part. So you hold on to the legs. I like to hang on to the top ankle and the bottom knee, but it's kind of wherever you can hang on. Chin is in, nice long, flat ELDOA spine, and we'll tug the legs in close. Reach the tail and the sit bones in the opposite direction of the crown. Relax the shoulders, the chest, and the jaw. Keep tugging that right or the top ankle towards you. As you tug that right ankle, the thigh goes into a little more external rotation and we just deepen the stretch a little more. So hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and then slowly release your legs. Awesome work, everybody. And let's cross the left ankle over the right knee, reach through the window and go into the first version of the glute stretch. So we're gonna flex and evert that left foot quite a bit. Use your biceps, so bend your elbows to bring your legs closer to try and keep your shoulders relaxed. Relax the jaw and the sternum. Eyes are down, long neck, and think about where your tailbone is. Try to reach it down to the floor. If it's helpful, think of almost pushing the tailbone down to the mat while you hug the legs in at the same time. And we'll just continue breathing here with that nice flexed, everted foot, shoulders easy, tailbone pressing down, legs coming closer. Easy breath in and out for 3, 2. Good. Now we're going to relax the feet, and the feet can actually stay relaxed here as you cross your left thigh all the way over your right thigh. Good. And then just use both hands to tug those legs in. So hold on wherever you can. But if you can get a hold of that top ankle or kind of just above the ankle, hold there and gently pull the legs closer. You might also get more out of the stretch if you think about your bottom leg gently pushing your top leg towards you more. So we'll keep the jaw relaxed, face relaxed. Yeah, that looks really good, everybody. See if you can add a little bit more length through the neck and see if you can drop that tail and the sacrum flat down into the floor. So really nice and flat through the sacrum and tailbone area. Let's take one more breath in and out while we tug and stretch and lengthen and press and breathe. And then slowly release your legs. Put one down, uncross the top. Good. Grab that band and let's do our hamstrings. We're going to hook the right foot into the band first. And the left leg, let's keep the left knee bent and the left foot flat just for the start here. If you want to stretch out your left leg in a bit, that's totally fine. But for now, right leg up to the ceiling. And I want you to really work on reaching your right sit bone away from you. So the very first thing we're going to do, even before we try and straighten the knee, is unhike your right hip. Try to move your right hip away from your right rib. And then keep that feeling of the sit bone long and start to straighten your leg. Start to push the back of your right hip into the floor a little bit so you feel that anchored. And then let's turn the right leg in. Bring it across the midline a little bit. Doesn't have to go far. Don't bring it way past the midline, just kind of to the midline. And then invert your foot. So soft breath, soft jaw, easy sternum. But we're pushing the sit bone away so that the hip does not hike up. We're pressing the back of the hip down into the floor. And then, of course, we're endeavoring to straighten the knee, turn the thigh in, invert the foot. Heel up, sit bone long. And if you wish, you can stretch your left leg out long, but that's totally optional for you. So easy breaths here, 10 more seconds. Focusing on that internal rotation and inversion. Press the hip down and reach the sit bone away while the heel tries to stretch up and across the ceiling. Okay, so let's slowly release that and we'll just switch feet in the band. So the left foot can come up, tuck into the band, and the right foot comes down and relaxes. Very first thing is that left hip. So you're going to unhike your hip or try to move your sit bone away from you. The left side of the waistline should feel really long. And then keep that as you start pressing the back of your hip into the ground and straighten the knee. So your left back pocket is super heavy, nice and anchored to the floor. We're going to turn the thigh in and bring it a little bit towards the midline and then flex and invert your ankle. So let the ankle do some work here, flexing, inverting, thigh turned in, sit bone reaching, back pocket heavy. Easy breaths. And again, if you want to stretch out the other leg, you're welcome to do so. Whatever feels best for your body today. Relaxing the shoulders, maintaining all the work in that stretching leg, maintaining a long spine. Don't forget to reach the sit bone away as you reach the heel up and across. Last 3, 2, 1, and then slowly release. Awesome. Nice work, everybody. Okay, so from here, we're going to roll to our side and come on up to a seated position. Okay, and we're going to sit. This is another stretch kind of, but it's actually more just to get us ready for L2-3. So we're going to sit in a nice wide straddle position, and it doesn't matter to me how wide your legs are. It's just that you get an inner thigh stretch. That's the goal. So I'm going to get a nice inner thigh stretch. Feel the sit bones heavy. Nice, there are multiple dogs in the room tonight. That's fun. Good. Okay, hands across the chest if you can. Good. And all I want you to do is translate your ribs a little bit to the right. Lift them up without offloading your sit bones. Keep your sit bones down and then come to the center. And then translate your ribs a little left. Try to lift up and then come back to the center. Relax your arms down. Good. And then just bring your legs in a little bit until you're off of the stretch. So the inner thighs are no longer on a stretch. And we're aiming for a 90-degree angle between the thighs, but if you're a little wider or narrower, that's fine. Look at your feet for a moment and let's flex and point. As you flex and point your feet, hide your heels behind your ankles. Keep flexing and pointing, so we're super parallel, super straight through the legs, hiding the heels behind the ankles. Now leave the feet flexed. You can support yourself with your hands if you want. Invert and evert your feet. Do not roll the thighs or the shins in and out. So just the ankles are moving and the soles of the feet are like oscillating fans, looking side to side. Okay, great. And then just relax your feet, relax your ankles, and let's reach one arm at a time out in front of the chest. External rotation, extended wrists. Shoulders are down. Bring the base of your nose back. Line up your ears, shoulders, ribs, and pelvis, and just give yourself a moment here to sit as straight and as tall as your body will allow. Notice if you're squeezing your glutes, holding your breath, let those sit bones drop. Let the breath flow kind of up and down along your spine. And then we're going to slowly bring the arms up. Your feet are still relaxed, but float your arms up towards the ceiling, shoulders soft. See if you can bring your arms to your ears as opposed to bringing your ears forward to your arms. Yes, soften the sternum as much as you can. Try to fill out the back of your rib cage. Yes, okay, so now we're going to lift from under the armpits. L2 is just above belly button level, so just lift L2. And now slowly add your feet. You're going to flex your feet, sliding your heels away, pulling the tops of the feet to the shins. Invert your feet without rotating the shins or the thighs yet. Nice, so shine the soles of the feet in, and then slowly roll the thighs in bit by bit, letting that movement pull your sit bones down into the ground. So the thighs roll in bit by bit. Exactly. Now fill out the back of the ribs. Back your arms up beside your ears. Back your nose up, ears over shoulders. Good. Reach the sit bones down and the heels away and lift up from under your armpits. Soften your breath. It doesn't have to be a big breath or a deep breath, but a soft breath as you lift L2 and anchor L3. Last 5, 4, keep lifting, reaching, stretching. Good, and then we'll bring the right arm down, then the left arm. Relax your right leg, your left leg, lean back and shake things out. Awesome. From here, slide those legs into a long diamond. Good, nice long diamond. And before we go into L3, 4, I want you to put your finger on your belly button and then put your finger on the corresponding vertebra behind. See if you can find that level. And then I'll show you from the side, don't move, but you're just gonna rock gently forward and back. So as though there was a little string pulling your belly button forward and a little string pulling your belly button back. And because there's a lot of flexy people in the room tonight, I want you to pay attention to when you're on the front of your sit bones and when you're on the back of your sit bones. And soon, sometime very soon, I want you to stop on the top, not front, not back. And you might, depending on how flexible you are, you might actually feel like you're back. Stop right on the top. And now let's take the arms, so our legs are in long diamond. Let's take the arms out in front again. External rotation from the shoulder, easy shoulders, extended wrists. Keep the feet relaxed for now. And we're gonna slowly float the arms up towards the ears. And notice as you lift and straighten and lengthen, notice if you can keep yourself on the top of the sit bones and fight the urge to rock to the front of them. So stay right on the center of the sit bones. Now let's add the feet. So keep your arms narrow. Let's flex the feet. Good. Roll your arches away from you. So evert. If you want to think about the shins turning out and the thighs turning in, you get that little extra tension. And now slowly open your arms into a V. Go slow and see if again you can stay right on the top of those sit bones. Keep the base of the nose back. Eyes are down. Good. The breath again should be soft. And lately I've been thinking about this as a fountain. So you can imagine that you're a huge water fountain and you've got water spewing out the heels of your hands, a big spout of water out through the crown of the head, turning the arms out from the shoulder. Good, really evert those feet so you feel the pinky side of your foot holding you down, and then lift out through the crown of the head, out through the hands. Yeah, that looks so nice. Now, did you move to the front of your sit bones even a millimeter? Stay in the center and lift and fill out the back of the ribs. Everybody stay for 10. 9, keep the breath soft, but try to keep, even as you exhale, keep the tension. Try not to lose the tension as you exhale. That looks awesome. Last 5, 4, so nice. 3, 2, let's bring one arm down at a time. Amazing. And then relax your legs. Relax your spine, shake it out. Good. And of course, just 2 more to go. L4, 5, and then L5S1. Easy peasy. So we'll take the legs now into a diamond with the heels a good hand distance apart and knees at 90 degrees. Okay. For this one, just one more time, do that little rock back and forth. So find the back of your sit bones. Okay, that's what that feels like. Find the front of your sit bones. That's what that feels like. Maybe make it a little smaller. And then see if you can really find the very center. Let's set up the feet first this time. So flex at your ankles. Evert the feet. Really push the arch of the foot away. Press the pinky side of the foot to the floor. Maybe the heels almost feel like they're going to lift and move forward. So away from you. Shins turn out, thighs roll in, and then here come the arms. External rotation from the shoulder, extension at the wrist, open the palms. Soft jaw, eyes down, nose back. And the arms are going to float up. Let's keep the brain really calm. So as the arms float up, we feel the work and the effort in the ankles and the feet, but we keep our mind nice and calm and quiet. The arms move up as high as they can, as close to each other as they can. And then we make little adjustments to bring the nose back, to fill the back of the ribs, to sit on the center of the sit bones. We bring the arms back a little more. We lift from under the armpits and just gently tug on L4. And if you can't feel it yet, find your feet again. Really flex and evert. Anchor through your ankles and your feet. Shins out and thighs in, and then lift again. Bring the ribs back a little, bring the ears back a little, then bring the arms back and lift again. 10 seconds more. Just keep working on those tiny adjustments. Always a soft breath, feeling the belly move gently. 3, 2, let's bring one arm down at a time. Relax one leg and foot, and then the other. Awesome work. Shake it out. Give yourself a moment. Good. And then I don't know where you're at for today, but if for L5S1 you want to add all the tensions, so external rotation of the shoulder, internal at the elbow, external at the wrist, maybe all the lemniscus gaps, you're welcome to do that. If you want to just keep it really simple, keep it simple. But let's put our legs up the wall for L5S1, and this will be our final trick. We aren't going to have time to revisit cat-cow, so I'll just encourage you to do it later if you want, and just see if your spine has kind of opened up a little bit. So ideally, the sit bones are right up against the wall. If you've got some SI joint discomfort, then just put something between your bum and the wall, like a yoga block or a book. And then I think everybody here is pretty comfortable with the knees straight right away. So feel free to have the legs straight. But take just 10 seconds, let your spine relax into the floor. So really relax the back body more and more into your mat. Back of the skull is relaxed. Back of the rib cage is heavy. Okay, and then I'm gonna do all the tensions. You're welcome to join me in the lemniscats or just keep it simple. But let's take the arms up to the ceiling. We'll externally rotate from the shoulder joint, internally rotate from the elbow without losing the shoulder, and then extend the wrist and try to externally rotate at the wrist a little bit. And now here we go with the legs. We're gonna flex and evert the feet, turn the thighs in and turn the shins out. Eyes are down, jaw is relaxed. Maybe gently pull or encourage those bottom ribs to sink into the floor. And then slowly arc the arms back towards your ears. So relaxed jaw, relaxed shoulders. See if you can keep all those nice rotations in the arm bones and the leg bones. See if you can connect your arms all the way down to L5, a couple of inches above the pubic bones, and let your arms gently pull L5 more and more away from the top of the sacrum. You want to keep the abdominal muscles soft, and you want to keep the feet engaged so that the sacrum doesn't go anywhere. It has a nice anchor. Nice work. So allow the internal rotation of the thighs to create a nice bit of tension across the pelvis, and then you pull L5 away from that sacrum. That looks really good, everybody. Let's maintain for 10 more seconds. Soft face. Just enjoy the toe to fingertips stretch. And then when you're ready, start coming out slowly, nice and easy, one limb at a time, nice and slow. Doesn't have to be one limb at a time, really just as long as it's slow. Great, rest your hands somewhere on your belly or beside you. Feel free to close your eyes. Take a few slow, easy breaths. Good. Yeah, exactly, nice work. I'm gonna stop the recording.